Okay, as you can see here, we've got all the exhaust seats cut in, and the next step will be to do the intakes. Here's the next cylinder. Now this one we used the bluing to check to see where the old seats were seating on the valve. We can measure that, and if it's in a good place, we'll duplicate it. If we need to move it, we'll move it. And now here is the next seat. We made our first cut on the intake, and you can see that this exhaust is also machined. And here's the end of the head, so we have 3 more intake seats to cut. And that's pretty much the same setup as we use for the exhaust. As you can see, we got 3 angles. We got a top angle, a seat angle, and a throat angle. It's positioned exactly where we want. We vacuum tested the valves. They're all pulling a nice vacuum. So we're good on the exhaust. The next step, as I said, we're going to go ahead and do the intakes. So let me put the camera back, and then we'll go ahead and do the intakes. Alright, now we're ready to do the intakes. Let's see if we can zoom in on this cutter, and maybe you can see the 3 angles. No, that's not going to work. Anyway, we use the same style cutter. These are solid carbide. They got 3 angles in them, and we're using a different tool holder because obviously these valves are much bigger than the exhaust, but it's pretty much the same operation. We go ahead and machine the 3 angles into the head, and then we verify our valve length. So let's get started. And basically everything is pretty much the same. We find the center of the guide, we float the workhead of the machine, we give it the 6 count, and we go from there. And on these we're just going to touch them until they clean up. No need to go too deep. We've got the exhaust set in a nice place as far as tip length on the other side of the head. This side's a little different. We have a little bit less control because these are worn seats, but they seem to be pretty good, so we'll surely be in a good place. And the same thing, we just want to get our 3 angles in there, and we have. So clean that up just a little bit more. Alright, we'll do these exactly the same. Alright. 3 angles, everything looks good. 1 more seat, and then we'll do the same thing on the second head. Alright, that all looks good. Now we'll do the other head and head over to the resurfacer. These heads have been a nice, interesting project. These are from a 1972 390, and they're from obviously a 1972 F-150 pickup truck. There was a barn find, and the young fellow's going through the engine. He cleaned and honed the engine himself. He's going to automotive technician school, so he's learning about the engine himself. And he brought the heads here because this is a little bit more specialized, knowing he would need the hardened seats for the no-lead gasoline. So we put guides in, put seats that are compatible with no-lead fuel, and did a valve job. And at the end we're going to wind up replacing the valve springs, We're going to put new keepers in, new seals. We've got all new valves. As you can see here, these are the exhausts. These are made of material nowadays that's compatible with no lead fuel. Here's a brand new intake. So he's going to have a nice set of heads when we're done here, and it's a nice, interesting project. If you need any kind of no lead conversions done on your 390 heads, or pretty much any heads from the 60s, early 70s, even the 50s, and motorcycles, give us a call here at Micron Engine and Machine, 708-343-6007. Give us a call, we'll talk about it, and as you can see, we can do the job. Thanks for watching.